Greetings and welcome to Don't Starve. So Don't Starve is a game that was put out by Klei Entertainment. It is a exploration survival craft game. I picked it up several years ago. I haven't really played it a lot. I got about 100 hours back when I first got it. I think about 6 months ago I played it for another 40 or so to get familiar with it again. But I figured I'd see if you guys were interested in seeing a playthrough, because I have a particular challenge I want to try. But before I get into that, I do like the mechanics of this game. It has you basically maintaining sanity as well as hunger and health. And you also have to combat the elements. And the premise behind the game is you are drawn into this world called the Constant, I believe. And you start with very little because you were drawn into the world at an inappropriate time. And you have to basically go around and find what you need to survive and maintain your stats. Mods, I use geometric placement because I like placing my things in a grid. Combined Status is a very good mod to help you learn the features of the game. It displays your health, hunger, and sanity without you having the numerical values without you having to mouse over them. It will also display temperature, which is normally hidden. How many days are left in the season. What the phase of the moon is, which normally you won't know unless it is nighttime and the moon is up. It will also tell you your naughtiness level and what the trigger point is for your naughtiness level being too high and a Krampus being spawned, because it'll be a random number between like 31 and 50 every time it spawns a Krampus or when the game starts. But I want to go off the contextual clues in the game for this playthrough to let me know about certain things. The Screecher is a mod Klei Entertainment put out that completely changes the game to where it plays nothing like Don't Starve. It is instead just this little horror game with a very short and linear story. And it's interesting, but we're just going to be using that one mod. Now, what my challenge is, and I have cleaned out all of my progress and deleted my morgue, is you unlock characters in this game by surviving for certain periods of time or performing actions in game to unlock them, or going through story mode. The default survival game, you'll find an archway that if you go through it will lead you into a story mode where you do, I think, 5 successive worlds, and when you complete them, it will change your character. There are 2 you have to go through story mode to unlock. Another way to change which character you're currently playing is to create the teleportato and go through it to generate an entirely new world. At that point, it will calculate your experience based on survival, and you'll have access to switch to a different character. The only other way to unlock characters through have the characters unlocked is to die a permanent death, and at which point it will calculate your experience, unlock any characters you've unlocked, and you'll have to start a new game. Well, I want to see if it is possible in one playthrough to unlock every character without suffering a permanent death. So using the teleportato to jump from world to world and swap characters, going through story mode and all of that, and trying to do that without suffering permadeath until I have every character in the game unlocked. And I'm confident I can do it, but I may not do it on the first try. So if I do fail, I'll be deleting all my progress again, clearing out my morgue, and attempting it again. But there are 3 expansions to the game. The Reign of Giants added in seasonal giants, but otherwise the world is the same. Shipwrecked added in another world you could travel back and forth to using the Seaworthy, and Hamlet added in yet another world you could travel back and forth to using the Skyworthy. Well, we will be playing on a Reign of Giants world with Hamlet compatibility, and because Hamlet was the last DLC, it will also make it Shipwrecked compatible. So we'll have access to all of the worlds in this game. But yeah, character-wise, as I go, I can unlock the different characters. These are the two that I have to go through story mode to unlock. This one I do start with, it was added in as an additional character for the game. And because I have the Hamlet DLC, I also have access to Wormwood. But we're going to, all of these characters have advantages and disadvantages, except for Wilson, who has no disadvantage. He just grows a magnificent beard, which will help him avoid permanent death. Because the magnificent beard gives him access to beard fur, a hair, that allows him to craft a meat effigy, which can be used to save him from suffering a permanent death. It will respawn him if he dies. But we're going to start with him and just kind of play around with him for a season or two, maybe a full year, and then either jump to a new world, or if I feel comfortable in trying it, I will do the adventure mode. Now the great thing about adventure mode is if I die during adventure mode, it's not a permanent death. All it does is bring me right back to before I entered adventure mode, exactly in the condition and everything before I started it. And I think before we transfer worlds, I'm going to be attempting adventure mode at least once with every character. And if I fail adventure mode, I have to go to a new world before I try it again. But that's, I think, the rules I'm going to apply. Now, world-wise, I like a huge world. Now this makes the game a little bit more difficult because you need things from every type of biome, and if they're really spread out, there's a lot of travel time between them and you don't really have time to get ready for the next season. So I'm going to extend all the seasons to very long. By default, I think they're about 20 days long. This makes them about 50, between 40 and 50, I think. So this will give me more time in a season to find the biomes I need to be ready for the next season. And you randomly start in either autumn or spring. Autumn is the easiest month in my opinion. Food is plentiful. There's not a lot of rain and there's not a lot of hazards. Winter is one of the more severe months, but it's of the two extremes, winter and summer, I find it the easiest to deal with. All it requires is that you stay warm, and that's pretty easy because you can pretty much set anything on fire to keep yourself warm. Spring, that's another month you can start in, and it actually is a harsher month because sanity becomes more of an issue. With the frequent rains, you're most likely to get to be wet constantly, which drains sanity faster. You have the frog rains, which are a bit more of a challenge. Lightning strikes, which can decimate your base if you don't already have a lightning rod. And the month following it is summer, which is the harshest month in my opinion, because it has a chance of random wildfires that can utterly decimate your base if you don't have the ice flingomatic already. But if we happen to start in spring, we'll just push through and see if we can't get it. Other than that, we're going to leave all the other settings on default. And we are going to jump in here. And I like the little humorous things they put in here. Reminds me of The Sims. The little funny things they would say. Reticulating monsters, you know. Now there will be a cutscene with Maxwell, I believe his name is. Say, pal, you don't look so good. You better find something to eat before night comes. But yeah, Maxwell is the one who brought us into the constant, and Wilson actually has... Okay, we're in spring, I can tell you right now, by the length of the days. And the fact that these birch nut trees are green instead of autumn colored. So we're going to need flowers, because we need to have access to a parasol in case it starts raining. And I'm glad I started near birch nuts, because in the first 10 days you don't have to worry about the tree wardens. And birch nuts also serve as a source of food, rather than just being able to be used as fuel or to replant. So that means food will not be an issue, hopefully, starting out. Alright, I think I've got enough to make an axe. And I do like to have an axe before I start collecting berry bushes, because you can occasionally spawn a gobbler, and I like a means to try and be able to kill them before I start harvesting the berries. But yeah, these are the largest birch nut trees, the ones you want to shoot for. You can recognize them by the way the leaves look up at the top, or by the 2 roots on the left and the one on the right. Give me 2 more flowers, just to be sure I have enough for a parasol should it start raining. I also need to collect a lot more straw to be able to make a hat as well. Alright, let's drop berries as potential bait, just in case this spawns a gobbler. It did not. Now the carrots I prefer to leave in the ground so that they don't risk spoilage until I need them, because everything with these green backgrounds will eventually spoil, and I prefer them to not start spoiling unless I absolutely need them. Alright, so we have enough to make a straw hat if necessary. Let's get a little bit more lumber going, and probably make a couple of torches for the first night and keep moving around. Well, the first night's usually a new moon, so it's going to be pretty dark anyway. We might make a campfire instead, since I do have an axe and access to wood. And then I could cook up some food to top off. Give me those seeds. Now, as far as food and spoilage, most vegetables and stuff like that spoil slower if you leave them raw, whereas meat is the opposite. Meat will spoil slower if you cook it. So you generally want to keep everything but meat raw until you need to eat it, and then cook it up. But meat you want to cook as soon as you can. Alright, got a good supply of grass here. Now I'm going to need about a full stack of grass and twigs. That's about 40 of each. And I'm going to need 2 stacks of logs, which will be 40, because 2 stacks of 20. I'm going to need about 20 stone, which is about half a stack. And I'm going to need at least 5 gold. Then I will put together a science machine and do some prototyping, just to have access to some things. Now, that's one reason I'm not too worried about sanity at the start of the game, because prototyping will give me sanity. And once I get all of that set up, then we can start trying to figure out where we want to put a base. Now, on a huge map, you really want to find wormholes and roads, because those really accelerate your ability to travel. It's usually a good idea to put your base along a crossroads on a huge map. And I forgot to throw out bait just in case. Let's drop some. Oh, he went to that berry bush. I think because it's dusk, he's automatically going to hide. Oh well. Alright, so I need to make a straw hat and a pretty parasol. And I'm about to have to stop for the night. Let's grab a little bit more grass. This is a good place to actually put up a campfire, because there's some trees and stuff I can cut down during the night. Yeah, let's just go ahead and throw down our campfire. And then we will pre-craft another one. That will go ahead and consume the resources for making one and take them out of my inventory, freeing up some inventory slots for me to gather more resources. and enable me to see what all I'm going to need. Try and get some of this stuff in the dark before it gets too dark. Grab those seeds. And we're down about 100 hunger, so let me go ahead and cook these berries up. Now, cooking most food improves the nutrition of it. There are a few exceptions, or the hunger value, I mean. Yeah, one more should do it. There we go, decent amount. Cooking seeds does not change the hunger value. What it does is it adds 1 point of healing to it, to eating it. So seeds you can just munch on raw unless you're wounded. Cooking mushrooms actually removes the hunger requirement of it, but changes the values. There are 3 mushrooms, one available at night, one available during the day, and one available at dusk. And the one available during the day is the red mushroom. Eating it lowers your health, but it does provide hunger. If you cook it, I believe it adds health at the expense of sanity. Then you have the green mushroom available at dusk. Eating it raw does a little bit of hunger and tanks your sanity. Cooking it will restore sanity at the expense of 1 point of health. Blue mushrooms do healing eaten raw, and if you cook them, they will restore a little bit of sanity at the expense of health. And I shouldn't need to relight or add any fuel to that. All right, let's see if I can get a gobbler for some extra food for later. Doesn't look like it. Now this ash left over from the campfire, the wind will blow that away after a period of time. I think it only lasts like about 30 seconds. No gobbler. All right. I really wanted the extra food from the gobblers, but oh well. I'm gonna need 26 more logs. Why am I getting a busy mouse cursor every now and then? I don't understand that. What is my computer doing in the background? All right. Go ahead and finish topping off these stacks. There's a road we're going to want to explore along it. Hey, there's a trap. I think we have found a boon. Occasionally boons will be a skeleton surrounded by useful items. Excuse me. Yes. Okay, we have ropes and a trap. Alright, ropes cut down how many grass I needed. I'll go ahead and grab the trap. And we're still going to need about 20 more logs. Now that we've got a new stack started, I like to keep my inventory sorted a little bit because the first 10 correspond to your hotkeys, 1 through 10, whereas the last few I tend to leave as stuff I'm not going to be actually equipping. Drop that. See if we get a gobbler. See if we get one out of here. No. Okay. Fine. Let's go grab a handful of... Oops. Let's stay away from the tall birds right now. I'm going to want to unequip my hat so it's not losing durability while I don't need it to protect me from the rain. I need about 11 more logs. See if we can find some more trees to cut down. There's another berry bush. Let's drop some berries. Let's see if we can't lure out a gobbler. Nope. Usually if it doesn't pop out in a few seconds, it's not going to pop out. And I'll actually cut down these lumpy trees to get my last bit of lumber, because they don't drop pine cones. So it's not going to consume my valuable inventory space to cut these down. And I've got enough birch nuts for food right now. Whoops. I need another axe. Alright, this should be the last one I need. Have I already made a... Yeah, I've already made another campfire ahead of time. Good. So that should be the last tree I need right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get a gobbler out of this. No. Alright. Do a little bit of exploring. I know there's gold back up that way. I do need to make a pickaxe. Now, I'd rather harvest gold than boulders. Boulders are going to give me niter as an extra resource that I don't really have space for. Actually, I don't really have space for the gold either. Ah, frog ponds. So this would be a good source of food. We got some more berry bushes. Plenty of sticks in this vicinity too. Some carrots over here if I really need them, but for the most part I think I'm good on food. I think I may actually make a torch. Well, my inventory is getting a little cluttered. I think I will make one last campfire tonight. Let's go ahead and place a campfire, say, here. Cook up some berries. Give me those seeds. That should hold me for now. Let's go ahead and pre-craft another campfire. That will use up some resources. And collect a few more grass. I might be able to get this one. Yep, got it. What else? I think we're pretty much going to be stuck waiting here for the night. Let's see. Berries are number 6, 7. Yeah. I think it does about 14 or 13. 12 and a half, something like that. Yeah, 12 and a half. I might need to add some fuel to this. Let's add some grass. And let's go ahead and grab another berry. Now, I believe at night the gobbler will immediately go right back into the bush if it does spawn, so not really going to be able to catch them. They might also do that during thunderstorms. But my objective here is to find some gold now. I know there's gold up this way, but I'll have to dodge tall birds. I also want to figure out where I can place a base eventually. I'd like it near a source of food and have very convenient access to 3 main things I'm looking for. One is the Pig King, so I have a place to trade. The other is a beefalo herd, and the last would be a swamp. Now, access, I don't want it close to those 3 things, but I want it within a reasonable distance. So those are 3 things I want to locate. I also need to locate the teleportato and several other things. I'd like to find the adventure mode gate. We could probably get started on that. And as I said, if I fail adventure mode, it's just going to reset me to being right outside as if I'd never tried it. Yep, there goes a frog. They will serve as a source of food as well if I get desperately hungry. There, let's go ahead and grab that ash. Ash is used to make healing salves. Well, we're going to head up this road. I know there's gold back that way if I absolutely need it, but we're going to head up this way. And I'm glad I did, because here is a better source of gold with no tall birds in the immediate vicinity. This will also get me stone, which is another resource I need. I need about 20 stone. Now, if I get the stone from those, it'll also give me niter, which will take up a valuable inventory space I don't want to take up right now. See if we can find some more gold. There's a couple more. 3 more. Perfect. This will probably get me all the gold I really need. Starting out. More won't hurt. Getting up to about 10 or 15 would also be good. And it would allow me to get a little bit more stone, because like I said, I'm going to need about 20 stone. So yeah, let's just see if we can't locate a few more gold veins. Oh, gotta make a new pickaxe. Alright, so that would have been along the road. I think that's all the gold. Just one little area here that has nothing in it. Alright, so we got to find a little bit more gold and stone somewhere. And I need to replace some sticks. And why did I hit that key? Control L. Thank you. I was trying to hit the 1 key. Apparently I hit the tilde key and opened that up. There's another gold vein. And that should give me the resources I need. So tonight, I think we will... more gold. I won't turn that down. We will make a campfire and do some prototyping. And see if we can't get ready to plop down a base when we find one. Go ahead and collect some more. Oh, there's a wormhole. That's something to remember. Did I get it on the map? No. Let's go ahead and walk the map over there so we can see it. Alright. It's showing up on the map now. So we do have... I wonder where that wormhole leads, but we will explore it at a later time. It's not a good idea to explore them this close to night. That is another issue with sanity in the spring. Not only is the raining making me potentially wet, and which can lower my sanity, but the long dusk lowers your sanity as well. Trying to dry off some. It's not really drying very quickly. Alright, let's keep moving then, and we'll worry about drying off when we stop for the night. Take that berry. Alright, back to the road, and we'll travel along the road for a bit. Get a little bit more exploration done. There's the road. See how much we can get done before it gets absolutely dark. Grabbing a few twigs and stuff along the way. Now the good thing about the rain is the rain causes the grass and saplings and stuff that I've been harvesting, the sticks and grass, to respawn, as well as the berry bushes. So you have a little bit more plentiful resources during spring, I believe. There's a burrow. This is another source of food, the mole worms. There goes my parasol. I would like to have found access to what I need for the umbrella, but it looks like I may have to grab some more flowers to make another parasol. And I hear spiders. So we found a source of spiders. That's another good thing to find. It gives us access to the poison glands to make healing salves and the spider silk. Oh, you're right on the road. Oh, it's about to be night. I do not want to be camping close to spiders. So let's trot back a little ways and get ready to put down our campfire. Stop following me. Alright, cook up these 2 berries. Should have made the campfire a little closer to the trees so that I had protection from the rain as well as warmth to dry off. As it is, I'm not getting enough protection. Well, that's because I don't have the parasol as well either. Let's see, let's roast a couple of the birch nuts. Let's see how much they provide. I'm at 96. They provide 10 each. So about 3 more of them. I can roast 1 more. I can roast 1 more. Yeah, I'm starting to, my sanity's getting low enough, I'm starting to see things in the night. And I do like, oh, no, not pick. What is it? Alt. I do like the different things the different characters will say when they examine certain things. I do believe this campfire will last sufficiently during the night. And I meant to make, I am an idiot. I meant to be prototyping during the night as well. That also helps sanity. Alright, first thing I need to prototype is a backpack, so I can carry more. There we go. Let us also prototype a straw roll. We want to prototype under refinery. We need to prototype boards. We're going to need 4 of them. Actually, I think we need 6. Now, let's go with 5. We need 4 cut stone. And we actually do need to prototype a rope. Now we can make a spear. We can make a log suit. We can make a couple of electric doodads. And prototype our alchemy engine for when we get our actual base. We're going to need more stone to make the fire pit. I should probably go ahead and make a campfire, just in case. And let's make a couple of torches. We need to prototype a sign. Let's see, what else did we need to prototype? A shovel. And we need a hammer. We're going to go ahead and equip this hammer. Because I believe we are done prototyping. Will you shut up, Crow? I believe we are done prototyping right now. Shut up, I'm talking. I believe we are done prototyping right now. There's nothing I really need to prototype. I think I've made everything I'm going to need. I could, structure-wise, make a chest. Let's see, where is the chest? That's the scale chest. It had to have been up near the top. There it is. I need 3 more boards for that, so I need to cut down a few trees. But I think, forget that. We'll just go ahead and smash this science machine. That'll give us half the resources back. And let us chop down a few, or mine a few more gold to get the stone we need. To prototype a fire pit for when we establish our base. Alright. Now we can reorganize these a little bit and put the stuff we don't immediately need in our backpack. And put the things we will be needing regularly here. Now another thing you can do, which is a good idea, is to put some of your food in your backpack because it is less likely to get soaked when it rains. Let's see, put up the flint. Actually, no, I need to keep the flint on me in case I need to craft an emergency tool. And don't, well, no, I would probably have my backpack if I need to do that. And yeah, let's put the seeds up. But now we're a little better off and can actually get sources of food. Let's see. Let's explore back down this way and see where this road leads. It's a little easier to navigate using the mouse when you're trying to follow a road because you can do a little bit more refined steering. I'm not sure where I would want to put a base just yet. I haven't really found anything that really screams out to me this is a good location for a base. Alright, still moving along the road here. Alright, we found another birch nut area, and actually I do need some more wood. Looks like all 3 of these trees are the full size. And now that I actually have a shovel, yeah, I can actually get the logs. So that's 4 logs I can get out of each of these trees. Replenish some of my supplies. Now this field would be a good source of grass if it was larger. There's a little bit of grass around it, but and it's nighttime, so I've got to put down actually, let's just keep traveling along using our torch. And I should probably make a backup because this one probably isn't going to last the night. Can't really see much, but I still do uncover a little bit with my camera, with my map. So yeah, I do have a steady supply of grass around here. I could probably actually harvest some during the night since I can't see very well anyway. It'd be a good time just to run around and collect some things. Now since I have a backup torch, when this one extinguishes it will auto-equip the other torch, which is nice. There's one more down here. More than one more down here. Rabbit holes, any season but spring, I should be able to harvest those. Alright, this one should last the rest of the night, this torch. Nights are not very long during spring, that is one advantage. Lots of grass. Alright, so I'm about to have a full stack of grass again when I need to make a new hat. And I have completely forgotten I needed to be collecting flowers as well to remake another parasol. Alright, let's get that out of our hand before we consume all of it. Alright, day 5. So we'll call it an episode at the end of this day. Let's see how much more we can get explored before then. And by about day 10, I'd like to have found a spot for a camp. Now, in a regular length season game, by about day 10, you should have already had your base established because you've only got 10 more days to get ready. Oh, well, here is the Skyworthy that we could make to travel to Hamlet. Now, I've actually never played around much with the DLCs Hamlet or Shipwrecked, so I do want to explore them. They will be a completely new experience for me. But first, I'd like to survive at least 1 year with Wilson before I attempt anything else. Alright, road dead ends here. Did I miss any forks? Nope, just the ones up there that the spiders were protecting. 2 more flowers. Alright, I can make another parasol when I need to. I do think I need some more berries. Oh, speaking of making a new parasol. See if you spawn anything. Alright, I've given you enough time. Nope. Okay. So we're just going to cut cross country a little bit to get back to where the spiders were, and we'll probably explore that area. I might end up by day 10, if I haven't really found what I'm looking for, making a makeshift, because I will have multiple bases usually on a huge world. Well, even on a regular world, it's a good idea to have a summer base and a winter base. With longer seasons, you could actually almost have a base for every season. Sticking in the woods is also protecting me a lot from the rain right now. And giving me plenty of sticks. So dusk is going to last a while. I might try going past these spiders and seeing where the road goes past them. Let's just avoid their nest. They can chase me all they want. Looks like the road just loops around and reconnects and doesn't really go anywhere. Yep. We just have Spider Central over here, it appears. Alright, where was that wormhole? Way up there. So we'll just cut across this way. Make our way toward the wormhole. I guess following the coast, because I doubt there's going to be any more road. And I guess we'll end up exploring the wormhole and seeing how far it takes us. Now, a little trick I learned from watching other playthroughs is that's one of the reasons I prototyped the sign. If you place a sign a particular direction from a wormhole and then put a sign exactly in the same spot on where the wormhole takes you, it makes it a lot easier to look at your map and see wormholes are paired. Like if there's a sign to the left of this wormhole and the one it comes out of, you know those two link up. And I'm about to starve. Well, I can eat seeds raw just fine. Top me off a little bit till I get ready to stop for the night. And I missed the wormhole. Alright, so I have pre-crafted a sign. And we're going to put this one to the north. Jump in this wormhole, which is going to tank my sanity a little bit, but that's fine. I need to refine a board and put a sign to the north of this one. Now, how far are we? Oh, we are a good distance away. Yeah. So I think maybe if we once we find a road around here, which looks like there's one right here. Oh, and there is the ring thing. Let us make another sign real quick to mark the ring thing for us, because these I don't believe show up on the map, but the sign will. So now we know, oh, there's something important there. One of the pieces of the teleportato. Let's grab some berries. And plop down our campfire for the night. Pre-craft another one. Cook up all these berries so we don't starve to death. And let's cook up some birch nuts too. Now let's cook up all the birch nuts. What the heck? Alright, we got one more when we get a little bit hungrier. Other than that, it looks like we are set. Got our food back up. Our sanity is still fairly good, and our health is at full. But we'll be calling it a episode at the end of this, and if you'd like to see this series continue, please be sure to leave a like or a comment down below, because it's only through your feedback that I know what videos you guys want to see. But yeah, each of these little different colored segments are 30 seconds long, and overall a day is about 8 minutes long, I believe, because I believe there's 16 segments in a day. But yeah, most of spring is dusk. Most of summer would be day. It's fairly balanced for fall, and then winter is primarily night. Yep, we'll call this an episode. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time.